Welcome, everybody, to episode 275 of the Craftverse series, where today we're going to be working on Prowl's Creeper Farm. As you can see, I've already got the base layer installed, and now I have to get the secondary layer to match this exact piece, and then we can start working on the shoots. Yeah, I already have everything pre-built on a creative world, at least the things that matter, and then we'll go ahead and copy that here. So let's grab the materials that I'm gonna need. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and carpet this area up first. Because if I'm gonna be covering it, I'm gonna want to make sure it's fully spawn-proofed and safe. I can go ahead and add other stuff to it after the fact. Only these two platforms will ever actually need to be covered. But they should be well enough lit that I don't have to stress about it. I'm just being extra cautious. Luckily, light goes through carpets, so it won't actually be dark in here, and I can see what I'm doing. Just to be on the safe side. I think a 3x3 carpet of the exterior is probably good for now. Ran out. Okay, 3x3, gotta get one more side. Because most of the center is pretty well lit up. It's just this outer edge that I'm concerned about. Every time I get into run mode. All of that should be fine. So for right now, carpets. Deposit you for the moment. My blocks are going to be right here. Put you away for now. Okay, so we're going to start by going up to 160. We're going to leave that block as the center. Let's make sure 274. Yes, 274 is the exterior, and then 238 on the other side. $238. And then we come back to here, and it's 530 and 494. So I'm headed towards the 530 now. That's the 530. Perfect. What is that? look weird. Oh, because I'm in the center, not the edge. So now it's 494. 494, edge block. And we have them meet up now. So I'm keeping these perfectly identical. 238. I went one too far. Well, that one's a lost cause. Okay. So now we're going to 494. Nope, 530. Going to 530. 530. Once I get all of these situated, I will work on getting the next piece in. 274 is the correct one. It lines up. Now we're headed to 494. One more. Now, I will be linking Prowl's video in the description. He does not use sea lanterns the way I am using them. I am doing this purely for aesthetic purposes. Well, in part aesthetic and in part lighting. Because it is a block, so it does let you stand on it, but it is also a light source. That was incorrect. Alright, now I do the same thing on the other side and connect them up. Oop. So with that there, we're actually going to pop these out, knowing that that's what happens here. Alright, so now I need to repeat that on the other three corners, and I will be right back. Just let me do that real quick. And we're back. Managed to get the entire platform above us installed. And I also went ahead and carved out the spots where the drop chutes are going to have to be. If you're watching Prowl's video and following along, this is quite a bit ahead, but it's fine. I already have this place built up in my creative world, so I'm just copying it over. And you're seeing the results. So what I have to do now is get underneath here and go ahead and place in my blocks for the rail system. So I need there to be a block here. Pop that out. Put you right there. Need to be a block there. And we're going to do this for all 9 of the drop chutes. It's one of the reasons why I didn't bother getting the carpets all the way over, because they're just going to be in the way otherwise. So we're going to do that. Put you in, break you. That, break you, put you in. Doesn't really matter which of those two orders you do it in. Whichever way makes you feel better as you're progressing. Or whichever way is the most convenient. This just happens to work best for me. So we're going to go ahead and get these parts in, then I can get my observers in. I went a little bit too far over this time. That's fine. Can work with this. Put you there. As long as they're underneath that light block, I'm fine. Now this is the way I'm doing it in survival. In creative, there are some ways you can make it easier, but I'm not in creative, so. 4, 5, 6, 7. Put these where they belong. I'm only cutting out the parts that are like the same exact thing you've already just seen me do. That I have to do like 4 or more times to try and condense the video just a little bit. So once you've seen it happen yourself once, you can emulate. That is enough. Right there. Break out the grid block. Break that. 5, 6, 7. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. Great way to measure that out is by how many rails you have if you started with the exact 36 that you need. You need 4 per just to get it going. It's a lot easier to do this having swapped out the center 4 for the mud already. Pick these up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are permanents. They're not going anywhere. The first one, we just needed to get it there. It's not required by any means for you to have this patterning. I just like it. As long as you have the rails, observers, and pistons in the correct order, it doesn't really matter what design you go with for your floor. To be fair, it's all going to be covered eventually anyway. So I'm going to carpet the entire thing, so it's only going to be aesthetic from the bottom up. Middle one left. Then I can go and place my observers. last rail, and provided no other mess-ups happen, I should never have to get another rail in this farm. Right, so now we pick up our mess. Don't need the hopper system just yet. I will be needing some of these, and I can go ahead and, well, I'll just take that with me. Do I have the observers already? Yes, I need those. Remember to grab these, which is the most important piece. Okay, so now we put this there. That's the easiest place to do it. Just have it angle at the block behind it. Now it's just going to be flickering back and forth. There's no pistons at the moment for it to connect with. So it's just sending out signals. You might get a bit of lag, but it won't be as noisy. So it's not that bad. Just won't necessarily know for sure that they're working until you put a piston down. Without any redstone to tick on, it's just blinking. Because the observers themselves don't actually make noise without another observer. At least as far as I've found. Wait a minute. That's why. That's facing the wrong way. Have I been doing this incorrectly the entire time? I'm going the wrong way. Need to go over here. Okay. You're actually facing the right block. You're facing the right way. You're facing the right. So this one was good. That's good. That's good. That's good. As long as the arrow's facing the block that's behind it, it's good. They can't be facing outward like this. I don't know why that one decided to go goofy. And down it goes. Ow. Down my house goes. Drop anything else down here? I don't think so. That was the middle one, so... Okay, you're facing the right way now. That's what we need to make sure. So you never know when something's gonna go askew, so always prepare for possibilities. You want the arrow to be facing you as you are huddled up against one of these blocks. So they all face in a, well, as close to a circle as you can get in Minecraft. Get all of these in play. Good. I have at least, yeah, there we go. Pick it up as I fell. It's still up there. I have at least another night before I have to worry about phantoms. That's what I was trying to say. There it is. Got it. Let's try that again. It has to be specifically at the correct angle, otherwise it's going to be difficult. only a couple are really giving me trouble, so. Perfect. All right. Now we get our pistons in and they start being noisy. So they're not inherently noisy if they're off initially. That's good to know. So I'm going to have you along this side. I'm going to go ahead and plop these where they go. They're all going to be going in this particular shape. Come around here, plop it down. I don't know if that'll trigger. I might have to change that into a solid. There's you. Oh yeah, I have that extra one. That's right. So the middle, I guess I'm just going to put right here for the moment. Because that leads back to the house. So actually, I think you're supposed to be right here. Nope, that's accurate. Okay. So let's put all these pistons in and make sure that they will in fact turn off. In the middle. Let's see. Huh. So you have to be on a solid. Okay. What else is flubbed up? That's fine. Right. Solid is as solid does. So you need to be as solid as well. Just take these back out. Everybody's got a solid. It should be fine. Give me these. Let's try it now. Good. That one's fixed. Something to know, make sure all of the blocks directly adjacent to your trident system are solid blocks. Should still work just fine. However, this will not. That's fixed. That's on a good block. All of these are good. I feel like you're supposed to be right here, actually. Yeah, they're supposed to be the back one, not the front one. That's where I flubbed it up. Design's backwards. Okay, that's how I'm going to know when I need to fix one. Maybe not. All those look fine. I just never turned it on. Okay, so that one's fine. You, however, need to move. Did move that one. Oh, actually, that's going to go right there. That was fine. Ha! Was going to be a problem. Okay. Those are fine. That's in the wrong position. Okay, now you should all work just fine. Deal. You need to move back one. So let's double check all of these while I'm here. You need to be a solid, and then the rest of it should be perfect. Except you. Good, for right now, that's what we need. And then you actually need to be back there for the design that I'm working with. This is imperative. Okay, none of these were wrong. Okay, that's where the problem is. Just you. Perfect. You've already been moved and checked, correct? Yes, now I gotta just check the middle. Which... being right here, I think this actually needs to be... Let me check something. Nope, that's correct, actually. That is where that needs to be. And I don't have to change anything. Beautiful. Okay. So all of my trident killers will be perfectly good to go. Now I just need to get a little bit of this action. Don't need you for a while, so we'll move these. I am not going to bother with additional layering. Okay, so this needs to go up to 180, with solid blocks being at the 180 mark. This is essentially the palette that I'm going to go with going all the way up, and I am going to tower up using that, so I need to get more of those. Now I have some space to do just that, so I'm going to go grab the materials. Actually not going to need this for a while, but I will need these once I get up there. That'll do. Actually, what I'm going to need to do is grab those. That's going to do it for today's episode. I'm going to get those pieces pillared up to 180, and then we will get back to this at that point. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or in a few minutes, depending on if you're watching this in the future. And if so, thank you for returning. Have a good rest of your day.